When you dream of someone who passed away, it means that person is, Have you ever woken up from a dream so vivid, so real, that for a moment you believed someone you lost was right there with you? It's a strange feeling, isn't it? You see them, you hear them, sometimes you even feel their touch, and then reality sets in. They're gone. Or are they? When you dream of someone who has passed away, it means something deeper than just a memory. It's not just your mind playing old recordings. No, my friend, it means that person is trying to reach you. Maybe they left something unsaid. Maybe you have unfinished emotions, guilt, love, regret, that your soul is still carrying. Or maybe, just maybe, they are watching over you, reminding you that even in death, love does not fade. Some say it's just the brain processing grief. But let me ask you, why do these dreams feel so different from the others? Why do they linger in your heart long after you wake up? That's because the bond we share with the people we love doesn't disappear. It transforms. So the next time you dream of someone you lost, don't dismiss it as just another dream. Listen, feel. Because that person is not just a memory, they are still with you in ways the world cannot explain. Dreaming of someone who has passed away often carries a deep emotional and psychological significance. One of the most common interpretations is that the deceased individual has unfinished business or an unresolved message meant for the dreamer. These dreams are not just random fragments of memory, but can feel intensely real, as if the person is truly present. The feeling they leave behind often lingers, making us wonder if there is something more to them than mere imagination. When someone passes away, the emotions connected to them don't just vanish. Love, regret, guilt, or even gratitude may remain in the hearts of those left behind. Sometimes these emotions are so powerful that they manifest in dreams as a way for the subconscious to process them. The dreamer may have unspoken words or unresolved feelings that were never expressed while the person was alive. Perhaps there was a misunderstanding, a conflict, or a moment that was never fully addressed. The dream serves as a way for the mind to create closure, even when reality did not allow it. It can be a way for the dreamer to finally say goodbye, to forgive, or to be forgiven. In some cases, the deceased may appear in dreams conveying messages that seem profound or symbolic. They may say something that resonates deeply, offer advice, or even warn the dreamer about something in their life. These dreams feel more than just ordinary memories replaying. They feel intentional, as if the person is reaching out from beyond. Some people believe that these messages are spiritual in nature, suggesting that the soul of the departed is trying to communicate something important. Others see it as the subconscious mind piecing together emotions and thoughts that were buried during the grieving process. There are instances where people dream of loved ones who passed suddenly or tragically, and these dreams often carry an even stronger sense of unfinished business. The shock of sudden loss leaves little time for closure, and the mind struggles to process what happened. In such cases, dreaming of the person might be a way of seeking understanding or coming to terms with the reality of their passing. Sometimes these dreams replay the moment of loss, allowing the dreamer to re-experience it in a different way, perhaps with a sense of peace instead of pain. Cultural and spiritual beliefs also play a role in how these dreams are interpreted. In many traditions, it is believed that the spirits of the deceased visit their loved ones in dreams to pass on messages or to offer reassurance. Some believe that if a loved one appears in a dream, they are trying to let the dreamer know they are okay in the afterlife. Others believe that these dreams occur when the deceased has unfinished business of their own and needs the dreamer's help to complete it, whether that be delivering a message, fulfilling a promise, or honoring their memory in a certain way. Sometimes the message in the dream is not conveyed through words, but through emotions or symbolic action. The deceased may appear happy, sad, or in distress, which could reflect how the dreamer subconsciously perceives their state. If they appear joyful, it may bring comfort, reassuring the dreamer that they are at peace. If they appear troubled, it may suggest that something remains unresolved between the dreamer and the memory of the deceased. It might also be an invitation to reflect on something important in life, such as a choice the dreamer is facing or an emotion they have suppressed. These dreams can also act as a bridge between the past and the present. They remind us that even though someone is gone, the impact they had on our lives remains. It is not uncommon for people to wake up from such dreams with a sudden realization about something in their life, whether it be a decision they need to make, a fear they need to let go of, or a love they need to cherish more deeply. Dreams of the deceased can serve as guidance, pushing the dreamer toward personal growth, healing, or even a new perspective on life and death. For some, these dreams can be unsettling, especially if the person who appears was someone with whom they had a complicated relationship. In such cases, the dream might bring up buried emotions, forcing the dreamer to confront feelings they have long ignored. It could be anger, resentment, or sadness that was never fully processed. This is another way in which the subconscious attempts to find resolution by bringing the unresolved issues to the surface through dreams. Though these experiences can be painful, they can also be an opportunity for emotional release and understanding. Dreaming of someone who has passed away can also serve as a reminder of the lessons they taught us. Sometimes their presence in a dream is not about unfinished business in the traditional sense, but about reinforcing the wisdom and love they shared while they were alive. It can be a way for the dreamer to reconnect with the values, guidance, or inspiration that the person provided during their lifetime. This is particularly true when the deceased was someone who played a significant role in shaping the dreamer's life. In the end, whether these dreams are seen as spiritual visitations or psychological reflections, they carry meaning that should not be ignored. They highlight the deep connections we share with those we love, reminding us that death does not erase the bonds we have built. Instead, those bonds continue to exist in memories, emotions, and sometimes in dreams. Dreams have long been considered a mysterious gateway between the physical and spiritual worlds. And when someone who has passed away appears in a dream, it often feels more than just a memory. Many believe that these dreams are a sign of guidance or presence, a way for the deceased to connect with the living. Unlike ordinary dreams, these encounters often carry a deep emotional weight and feel profoundly real, leaving the dreamer with a lingering sense of comfort, clarity, or even unanswered questions. The belief that loved ones continue to watch over us, offering guidance when we need it most, is something that has been present across cultures and generations. When a deceased loved one appears in a dream, they may do so in different ways. Sometimes they speak, offering direct advice, reassurance, or even warnings about something in the dreamer's life. Other times, their presence alone is enough to convey a message, perhaps a silent visit that brings peace, or a gesture that reminds the dreamer of something important. These moments can feel so vivid and distinct from typical dreams that many people describe them as visitations rather than simple dreams. This is why some interpret them as a sign that the person is still spiritually present, watching over their loved ones even after death. The messages or emotions conveyed in these dreams often align with what the dreamer is going through in waking life. People commonly report dreaming of a loved one during times of hardship, transition, or uncertainty. It's as if the subconscious mind, or perhaps something beyond it, senses the need for comfort and guidance. The dream may offer reassurance that the person is not alone, that their loved one is still with them in some way, guiding them toward the right path. In many cases, the deceased appears calm and peaceful, a stark contrast to the grief or turmoil the dreamer might be experiencing. This can be incredibly healing, helping the dreamer find closure, strength, or a sense of direction they were struggling to grasp. There are instances where the guidance in these dreams seems to go beyond what the dreamer consciously knows. Some report receiving warnings, insights, or knowledge that later proves to be true, even when they had no way of knowing it beforehand. For example, a loved one may appear in a dream and offer advice about an upcoming decision, urging caution or reassurance. Later, the dreamer realizes that this message was relevant to a real-life situation. While skeptics might argue that this is the brain's way of processing internal doubts and fears, others believe it's a sign of true spiritual communication, an indication that those who have passed on still play a role in our lives in ways we don't fully understand. The emotional impact of these dreams often lasts long after waking. Unlike ordinary dreams that fade quickly, dreams of a deceased loved one tend to stay with the dreamer for years, sometimes even a lifetime. The intensity of the experience makes it feel real, as if the person truly visited, rather than just being a product of the imagination. Many who experience such dreams wake up with a sense of peace, as if they have been reminded that love does not end with death. Others may feel a renewed sense of purpose, motivation, or encouragement, as if their loved one was guiding them towards something important. Cultural and spiritual beliefs shape the way these dreams are interpreted. Many religious and spiritual traditions hold the belief that the souls of the deceased remain connected to the living, offering protection and wisdom from beyond. Some cultures practice rituals to honor and communicate with their ancestors, believing that they continue to guide their descendants. In these traditions, dreams are often seen as a natural channel through which messages from the spiritual world are received. Even outside of spiritual beliefs, there is a widespread acceptance that the bond between loved ones does not simply disappear after death. Whether through memories, signs, or dreams, many people feel the continued presence of those they have lost. In some cases, these dreams occur during significant life moments, weddings, births, major decisions, or times of deep emotional need. The appearance of a deceased loved one during such times reinforces the idea that they are still with the dreamer, offering support from beyond. It is not uncommon for people to dream of parents, grandparents, or close friends when they are about to embark on a new chapter in life, as if their presence in the dream is a blessing or a reminder that they are not alone. These dreams can be a source of great comfort, especially for those struggling with grief or feeling lost without the guidance of someone they relied on in life. The nature of these dreams is often different from regular dreams. They feel structured, purposeful, and deeply emotional. The details are often strikingly clear, and the dreamer may wake up with the strong impression that something meaningful has taken place. Unlike chaotic or fragmented dreams, these experiences often have a sense of calm, warmth, or clarity. It's as if the deceased person exists in a space that is not bound by the usual rules of dreaming, appearing with a sense of purpose rather than as a fleeting image from memory. Skeptics may argue that these dreams are simply the brain's way of coping with loss, creating comforting illusions to help ease grief. While this explanation makes sense from a psychological perspective, it does not fully account for the extraordinary nature of these dreams, their vividness, timing, and the profound emotions they leave behind. For many, the experience is too powerful to be dismissed as mere imagination. Whether viewed as a spiritual visitation or a deep psychological phenomenon, the effect remains the same. These dreams bring comfort, guidance, and a reminder that love endures beyond death.